Let's talk right now about national security, foreign policy. That was the theme tonight of the show, and Michael Williams is joining us right now. He is actually a foreign policy advisor for the Obama campaign. I should mention that he's speaking tonight on his own behalf and not for the campaign. Michael, it's great to have you. Thanks for being here. Let's talk about this. You know, Joe Biden talked a lot about foreign policy tonight. He hit that pretty hard. That was really his job that he had to do. What was your impression of that speech? Do you think that it sent the message that needed to get out there?
Well, it certainly did. It sent really two great messages. First, Joe Biden's background, his family, not national security issues, but Americans like leadership that they really sets an example, and his life is really one of example, and really the idea of picking yourself back up, as his personal story illustrated. And that's where he really went into the national security aspect of this, about picking the country up from where it's landed and getting Americans back on track and getting our foreign policy back on track. And so what Senator Biden did was brought to the table his many years of experience in the Senate on foreign relations, working with countries around the world, allies, confronting countries that are not doing what they should be doing or are failing to live up to their international responsibilities. And I think he effectively put out there his credentials and the basis for a very solid Obama-Biden platform running into the autumn elections.
And as you've heard, there's been a lot of criticism, particularly from the GOP, that Obama is not the guy when it comes to national security, because they say he doesn't really have any credentials. And true enough, he hasn't been in the Senate very long. But here we are, a six-term senator who was speaking on his candidate's behalf tonight. Is it enough to have a vice president with the credentials when you don't have them?
Well, I think Senator Obama has spoken quite often, first of all, on the campaign about his foreign policy experience. Second of all, there's experience, and then there is intuition and correctness and judgment. Senator Obama has shown he can learn. He's been very intuitive, and as someone has told me, experience in a time of change isn't always an advantage. And I think what you have here is experience and some great intuition. Senator Obama has been correct on practically every issue facing us in terms of how the Iraq War was going, whether we should have started it, where it's been going. He was calling many months ago for change on the policy in Afghanistan. He's talked about the conditions in Iraq now in terms of moving troops around, and we see President Bush making changes in the policy in lieu of what's been advised by the military commanders. So Senator Obama has actually been pretty on the ball despite his lack of experience, and I think that shows a good ability to understand the situation and make good judgments. And Joe Biden is then going to bring years of experience and hands-on activity to help Senator Obama where he might have some shortcomings. And I think the key is the ability to learn and to be smart and quick on your feet, which both senators have.
All right, so what's the biggest challenge when you're advising someone like Senator Obama in a campaign like this? What's the hardest part when it comes to these foreign policy credentials?
Well, Senator Biden and Senator Obama both have made it very clear that they are looking for great ideas and moving the campaign forward. And we're looking at a wide variety of advisors from a number of backgrounds, advisors from the Clinton camp, advisors from the Obama camp, and really across the board. I'm located in London, and so they've really sought out people on the issues. They've gone to regions, they've talked to people, and that's something they're going to be doing. It's a consultative approach, right? They're not just telling the world, this is what we're going to do. They're looking at the problems, they're asking for what the impressions are, and then they're going to take all that in, I think, and really look at how America should move forward. They're going to think. They're going to create, I would anticipate, a grand strategy for America, something that we've been lacking for many, many years. And a core feature of this campaign has been renewing America's promise, right? We're not bringing it, we're renewing it, right? We're going back into our history, bringing up our leadership role. We're putting ourselves on the world stage as a multilateral actor, doing what we do best, working with others and helping people fulfill their dreams in America and abroad. And I think that's really what the core basis of their campaign is, and it's doing by deed as well. Removing the hypocrisy. It's very difficult to lecture the Russians on their behavior when America has done some rather atrocious things that the Bush administration basically misstepped on and hasn't corrected. And Senator Obama and Biden will correct those.